Once in a while I come across a game that I've never heard about before and therefore didn't know that it existed. Okay, Battleteams 2 that we're gonna talk about today is one of those games for sure, but to be fair, it was a comment on one of my videos that made me check out this game that it was exclusive on the Chinese market for some time. Yes, Battleteams 2 is a free-to-play Chinese FPS game, and the game is developed and published by Zhenjiang Wuduan Technology. I hope I pronounced that right, or at least close enough. Battleteams 2 was released in late July 2022, but it's now going global, something that started or went public at the end of January this year. Meaning that they decided to put up or use servers in other regions outside China or Asia, and in this case we're talking about Europe and North America. Battleteams 2 is a fast-paced multiplayer tactical shooter on PC with Asian aesthetics. The PvP game modes are set in a balanced competitive gameplay environment. There's also cooperative PvE gameplay where you and your friends can fight wave after wave of merciless adversaries. I'm playing Team Deathmatch in this video, and it looks and feels as there's a mix of both real players and bots in the game at the moment at least. So far. Might be so that there aren't enough players yet when it comes to the global servers or whatever, since the Chinese servers was pretty full with real players according to other gamers that have played Battleteams 2 on the Chinese servers before. But in the menu I can see both a Battle Royale game mode, a ranked game mode, and also bomb defusal, which sounds at least more like a kind of competitive Counter-Strike kind of game mode. But unfortunately I wasn't able to find a match, even though I waited for quite some time. When it comes to their BR mode, it says it's under maintenance, so I guess we have to wait and see when it goes online again. I can understand that it takes some time to get everything in place with new servers when you have a game that has or have been out there already for some time. You'll also see some of the storyline PvE mode that I was playing here in the video, and towards the end of the video you will see a bit of fun and quirky game mode called Big Head. Battleteams 2 has most of the things that you might expect in an online shooter in 2024 when it comes to progression system, battle pass, unlocking weapons, characters and character customization, etc. With that comes of course also a monetization system, although you can play and unlock, at least from what I see, most of the stuff as well by playing. Well, if someone has experience when it comes to buying stuff in the actual store in the game, please fill in here whether it's only cosmetics or if you can also get an advantage when it comes to gameplay when opening your wallet and using real money. So let me know about that in the comments. But either way, the gameplay and gunplay is pretty fun. It reminds me a bit about older FPS games or some of the other free-to-play titles I've played. Well, Call of Duty is one paid game that I've started to think of when it comes to older Call of Duty games, and maybe also a bit of Iron Sight that I used to play. Well, this isn't a bad thing, not at all. If you've been watching other FPS videos on my channel, you also probably know that I enjoy sniping in most shooters, and that's also what I did the most when playing TDM in Battleteams 2, at least this time around, and I had a good time doing so. Most of the time I had pretty good performance overall when it comes to the gameplay and everything, and it can be worth saying that I'm playing the game on a somewhat low-end PC nowadays, but I was still able to play with decent settings when it comes to graphics, etc. So with that said, my first impressions when it comes to the gameplay experience is positive, at least on the positive side, meaning I had a good time recording this video. And the PvE modes are pretty okay as well, and can therefore be of interest if that's something you enjoy more instead of playing PvP. But as mentioned, even though Battleteams 2 has been out for some time, it does feel as if it's a new game for the larger FPS audience now going global and everything, since it's playable only on the Chinese servers before. But the fact that I wasn't able to join a competitive game mode when queuing, or the fact that there seem to be bots as well in the TDM lobbies, makes me a bit hesitant, at least when it comes to if this game will do well or not in the future. Because I do see mixed reviews on Steam so far, and when it comes to players, Battleteams 2 has at the moment around 1,186 concurrent players online and in-game, and that's around 65% lower than its previous all-time peak of 3,425 players that was achieved at the end of August 2023. So the question is if Battleteams 2 are able to, now when they're also going global, to keep a steady player base and hopefully also gain some new players. As we all know, the competition is hard, and shooters that could be said to feel a bit generic can have a hard time to stand out and also survive in the long run. But I thought even so that it is worth to highlight this game, because if you're like me, curious to try out new games, and especially also when they are free to play, then it might be worth a try, especially since the gameplay felt pretty nice. And I've played similar generic shooters, maybe a title such as Shadowline, if just to mention one, but sometimes that can be fine and good as well, since you do know what kind of experience you can expect when starting up the game, and I can enjoy that as well from time to time. I guess the old saying "time will tell" comes into play here, especially when it comes to the future of a shooter such as Battleteams 2. I will most likely play some more and also keep an eye on the actual progression of the game, because there is a place for free-to-play FPS titles similar to Battleteams 2 out there, even if they do have a hard time to compete with the bigger FPS industry names such as Activision and their Warzone games or whatever, as an example. But as you may be aware of, these companies, the bigger companies and their games, are also having problems. The numbers are stagnating, not being as popular as before or initially. So maybe these smaller FPS titles and developers can step in here and fill that gap somewhat. I'm not saying that Battleteams 2 necessarily is one of those games, but more in general. So, with that said, it would be interesting to hear from you as well in the comments what you think, especially if you have been playing some Battleteams 2 before, but also of course if you just want to share some overall thoughts and opinions just by watching the video. With that said, I want to say thanks a lot for watching, and if you enjoyed, please give a like on the video and also consider to subscribe to my channel for future uploads to come. So, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon again. Cheers and later.
Never underestimate the power of hate. Keep it up. Now it's in home court.